Welcome to the Shreveport Connection. I'm Tommy, if you didn't know that. This is your SmackDown video. Do apologize for it being late and uploading and what have you. Been still moving and real busy this week and what have you. Almost pay-per-view was also late as well. Well, Stephanie Mann, happy birthday, Stephanie Mann. She turned 39 years old. Kristen Winsky turned 37. April Hunter turned 41, and former ECW star Chili Willie turned 46. Jimmy Garvin, the Hands of Stone, turned 63. He was on September 25th. Aja Kong turned 45 on September 25th. Santino Marella continuing to host pro wrestling and MMA events through his Battle Arts Academy. And he's got some graphic arts that I'll show a picture of. It looks more like a championship belt. And we'll soon be promoting amateur boxing events. Santino posted the artwork, like I was just saying. WWE Studios will release Santa's Little Helper with Paige, The Miz, and Anna Lynn McCord on November 17th on DVD and digital HD. They posted similar features for the DVD, Ho 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 and Santa's Little Helper, and the Ho 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 and Santa's Right-Hand Man. But what exactly does this job entail? Cast and crew talk about the Ho 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 duties and what really goes on behind the scenes of Santa's workshop when the deadline for the big day is looming. Introducing Paige, WWE Diva Paige has had quite a year. She debuted on Monday Night Raw just over a year ago, and in the time that has become Divas champion twice, become a star on the E! Network, hit series Total Divas, and will now be acting in her first ever movie. Through interviews with the cast, the director, and of course Paige herself, fans can get an in-depth look at how she prepared for and successfully executed her role as Eleanor. Holiday cast and crew, a fun behind-the-scenes look and at the cast and crew talking about what the holidays mean to them and the greatest gifts that they ever received. The latest episode of Table for Three is now available in the vault of the WWE Network and features Ivory, Alundra Blaze, formerly Medusa, and Molly Holly. One interesting comment came when Ivory knocked the Diva's name, saying that the word diva fits a prissy woman, but not a woman who takes bumps for a living. Molly told a story about having her head shaved at WrestleMania 20, saying the woman's title wasn't even going to be defended that night, as a pillow fight was only the Divas match that was going to air. She talked about WWE officials and agreed to put her hair on the line if they let her defend the title. As previously noted, Stone Cold versus ECW champion Mikey Whipwreck from ECW November 1995 will be one of the matches featured in WWE 2K16 Showcase mode, as well as Joey Styles confirming that he will also be calling the match. He tweeted at Joey Styles, "I'm game. I'm calling at Steve Austin BSR versus hashtag Mikey Whipwreck ECW Championship match at the arena at WWE Games at 2K16. The Undertaker will be working WWE upcoming events tour of Mexico, starting October 26th in Merida, October 17th in Mexico City, and October 18th in Monterrey. WWE has announced that the Taker will be reuniting Brothers of Destruction with Kane to face Luke Harper and Braun Strowman on all three nights. And Kane has already teased the Masked Kane returning, so that's where he's coming as face. WWE officials are interested in bringing back the former tag team, Intercontinental and U.S. champion Carlito, as they continue to search for a top Latin star. Wrestling Observer Newsletter reported this week that the money WWE offered Carlito was so low, he didn't take the deal. However, the impression was given that Carlito would take a deal if better money was offered. WWE does want Carlito back as part of the repackaging they're doing with the Los Matadors that has been discussed but not finalized yet. Carlito is the brother of to Diego and cousin of Fernando. Thus, probably why they're getting rid of the midget gimmick. Torito. Sting recently spoke with WWE's website to talk about the injury he suffered at Night of Champions. Sting noted that aside from the stiff neck, he's a little banged up, but he feels good. He called it's pretty standard after a match like that. He also said it's a wait-and-see type of situation in regards to another match, but in the right scenario, he would return. Highlights from the question and answer that he did on WWE.com. Can you set everyone straight on the extent of your injury as you await further evaluation? Sting says, I was out in the hospital, out like a light. They had a neck brace on me, and they were pumping me with medication to get me out of pain. I had to do a CT scan and an MRI. They ended up talking to my wife, and I had some details from my wife, but I still have further evaluation ahead. They mentioned cervical spinal stenosis, but that's only part of what I heard. I don't know if there's anything else. The doctor did tell my wife he's going to have to get this dealt with. He's lucky he walked out of there. It's WWE.com. At this point, what's your prognosis? Both short-term and long-term. Sting says, bottom line, I had tingling, numbness in both arms, all the way down to my fingertips. And then later in the match, I just felt wrong. Whatever it was, and this time, the tingling and the numbness went down both arms and into my legs. I couldn't feel my legs too well. They just felt like rubber. I don't know how to describe it. I had to go down on all fours for a minute, get my composure. I was worried. Long term, well, I'm just going to take care of the short term first and see how long term might play out. WWE.com asks, were you aware of exactly when your injury occurred during the match? Sting says, oh yeah, definitely. Both times into the turnbuckle. First time it was like a whiplash. It's my fault, bottom line. I know better. The second time I went up into the air and back towards the turnbuckle like that. I thought, well, that's not going to happen again. And it did. The second time was worse. And that's basically that's all he said from that. Two correspondents last night from SmackDown tapings in Corpus Christi sent and noted that it appeared that WWE security had a larger presence and that they were cracking down more on fans leaning over the barriers as well as fans who were yelling animatedly at wrestlers. This goes back to WWE cracking down to fans hopping over the barriers. As noted, the fan who entered the ring at Night of Champions was charged with criminal trespass of a property or building with no forced entry. 37-year-old Oscar Ramirez of Houston pled guilty and was sentenced to 10 days of jail, but he was out in 7. First result for main event, thanks to Joe Dykes for the following main event spoilers from Corpus Christi tapings from Tuesday night. Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina defeated the Bella Twins and Alicia Fox. Sheamus cut a promo backstage when Jack Swagger approached and tried to give him some advice about cashing in. Sheamus warned Swagger to worry about himself or get his face kicked off. Stardust defeated R-Truth. Then Sheamus defeated Jack Swagger with a road kick for their match. And dark match. Dudley Boys defeated Heath Slater and Brad Maddox in tag team action with a 3D. There was a pre-main event match, a dark match. And the second report for the main event, Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina defeated Nikki, Brie, and Alicia in a 6 Diva action when Banks caught Fox with her finisher. Stardust defeated R-Truth in singles action. Stardust Cosmic Wasteland members, the Ascension, were in his corner for this one. Sheamus defeated Jack Swagger in singles action lot of "you look stupid" chants. And Sheamus, who won in the end with a road kick for the pinfall victory. Zack Ryder defeated Adam Rose in the final match taped for the main event. Rose tried to do his party pooper gimmick, but Ryder ended up coming out and beating him up in seconds. Squash match. Seemed more like a dark match there. Third report, thanks to Wrestling Inc., Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina defeated the Bella Twins and Alicia Fox. Sheamus cut a promo backstage when Jack Swagger approached and tried to give him some advice about cashing in. Sheamus warned Swagger, worry about himself or get his face kicked off. Stardust defeated R-Truth. Sheamus defeated Jack Swagger with a road kick. And that's it for your main event. Spoilers, what have you. SmackDown report. First report, thanks to Joe Dykes, Jacob, and David Silgaro for the following SmackDown spoilers. Kane came out and cut a promo about how he's glad to be back at work. He thought he missed a lot of work, but part of him saying that this was the right time to come back because WWE is on fire, and who better handle that than himself. He announces that Kevin Owens and Rusev versus Dolph Ziggler and Ryback, plus Roman Reigns versus Luke Harper with Dean Ambrose and the Wyatt family banned from ringside. Seth Rollins comes out with a mic and cuts Kane off. Rollins tells Kane to cut the crap. Everyone knows he's the demon. Kane says Rollins seems angry, and luckily, Kane has had anger management training. Kane invites Rollins to the ring so they can make amends. Rollins tells him, hell no, but Kane tries to convince him. Kane's dark side comes out as he talks, but he goes back to his normal voice, and Rollins tells him he needs help. Kane says he will take that advice and book Rollins versus Ambrose for your main event. Roman Reigns defeated Luke Harper and with Ambrose and the Wyatts banned from ringside. This was a quick match. Reigns won with a Superman punch and a spear. New Day is shown backstage clowning around and messing with production. New Day versus Lucha Dragons, and Neville was next. New Day said that they will end the Dudleys for good at the upcoming Madison Square Garden WWE Network special. They started to save the tables chant. Xavier Woods gets the pin for his team after a match with a lot of high-flying action that the New Day still pulled off. Cesaro was out first, followed by Bo Dallas for their match. Bo cut a promo on the way to the ring saying he survived Suplex City, but Cesaro was stuck on Big Show Boulevard. As we see the clip from Raw, Bo tells Cesaro to just leave as the match starts. Bo dominated the match, but Cesaro got the win. They showed highlights from the Divas from Raw. Charlotte and Becky Lynch come out for a promo. Charlotte thanks everyone for their support and believing in the Divas Revolution. Paige interrupted and came to the ring. Taking credit for the revolution, Natalya was out next. Natalya asked Paige why Paige is mad because the Divas are the best that they've ever been. She says Paige has no reason to be mad, and she's better than that. Paige agrees. She is better than Natalya. She says Natalya let the revolution pass her by, and now she's trying to be relevant. Paige slaps Natalya and then leaves. Ryback and Dolph Ziggler defeated Rusev and Kevin Owens when Owens left the rings. Rusev watched him walk away and turned around to super kicks from Ziggler. Ryback nailed Shell Shock for the win. Kane makes flames shoot from the ring during intermission. Dean Ambrose defeated Seth Rollins in a non-title match when Pyro hit. The lights went red, and Rollins was distracted after the match. Rollins cut a promo and said he was fed up. He named everyone who he's beaten, says he will make Kane miserable if he keeps the games up. Pyro goes off again, and Rollins drops the mic, then runs away. SmackDown ends with Kane laughing on the Titantron. Second results posted by, sent in by Brad Davis. WWE taped SmackDown from Tuesday, Corpus Christi at American Bank Center. Thanks to Andy Ravens. So it's a combo. Kane walked to the ring, opened up the show, cut a promo about being back in WWE and how happy he is. He said that WWE is on fire right now, and then announces Kevin Owens and Rusev versus Dolph and Ryback. Plus Roman Reigns versus Luke Harper with Dean Ambrose banned from ringside. Seth Rollins walked out to the stage and said that Kane needs to stop pretending who he is. And he brought up Raw and that Kane is playing everyone by being corporate Kane. This leads to Kane asking Rollins nicely. Then after Rollins refusing to, demanded that Rollins walk down to the ring. Rollins said that Kane needs help and says Kane said that he would take Rollins' advice. Kane booked Rollins versus Ambrose in their main event. Singles action, Roman Reigns defeated Luke Harper with a spear. A New Day segment shown. New Day, backstage, New Day cut a pre-match promo about how they will avoid going through a table and retain their tag team champions. Ships against the Dudleys at Madison Square Garden, live special on October 3rd. Six-man tag action, New Day defeated the Lucha Dragons and Neville. Singles action, Cesaro defeated Bo Dallas. Charlotte and Becky Lynch were in the ring cutting a promo about Paige turning on them on Raw. This led to Paige walking down to the ring. Paige talked about starting the Divas Revolution and how she's the one who started and who should be thanked for it, not them. Natalya interrupted and walked down to the ring. Natalya said that Paige should be happy with how things are now. Paige wanted change, and that's what she got. Paige agreed, but also stated that Natalya let the revolution pass her by, and now she's trying to be relevant. Paige said, and then slapped Natalya and left the ring. Tag team action, Ryback and Dolph Ziggler defeated Rusev and Kevin Owens when Owens left ringside, which attracted Rusev enough to and then turned around into a super kick by Ziggler. In your main event, Dean Ambrose defeated Seth Rollins when Kane's music hit. That distracted Rollins enough for Ambrose to pick up the victory. After the match, Rollins grabbed the microphone and said that he is tired of mind games by Kane. Led to the pyro on the ring post going off, which scared Rollins out of the ring, and he ran to the back as Kane was shown on the Titantron laughing to close SmackDown. WrestlingInc.com posted the last results. Kane come out to the ring, cut a promo about how he's glad to be back at work. Again, most of the same. He thought he missed a lot. Come back because WWE is on fire, and who better to handle that himself? He announces Owens and Rusev versus Ziggler and Ryback, along with Roman Reigns, Luke Harper. Roman Reigns versus Luke Harper with Dean Ambrose and Wyatt family banned from ringside. A little bit different from the other one. And all they said Dean Ambrose was banned, not the Wyatt family. Seth came out and interrupted and cut Kane off. Rollins told Kane to cut the crap. Everyone knows he's the demon. Kane says he seems angry, and luckily, Kane had anger management training. Kane invited Rollins to the ring to make amends. Rollins tells him hell no, but Kane tries to convince him. Kane's dark side came out, and as he talks, he goes back to his normal voice, and Rollins tells him he needs help. Kane says he will take that advice and book Rollins. And then books Rollins and Ambrose for your main event. Roman defeated Luke Harper with Ambrose and Wyatt banned from ringside. And that was a quick match. Reigns won with a Superman punch and a spear. New Day shown backstage, clowning around, messing with production. New Day versus the Lucha Dragons and Neville's up next. And New Day said that they were the Dudleys for good at the Madison Square Garden network special. And the New Day starts the tables, save the tables chant. Xavier gets a pin for his team after a match with a lot of high-flying action for the New Day, still pulling it off. Cesaro versus Bo Dallas was up next. Cesaro out first with Bo Dallas following. Bo cut a promo on the way to the ring saying he survived Suplex City, but Cesaro is stuck on Big Show Boulevard. As we see clip from Raw, Bo tells Cesaro to just believe, and the match starts. Bo dominated the match, Cesaro got the win. Then they show highlights from the Divas on Raw and all that. Same as the report from earlier. Ryback and Dolph Ziggler defeated Rusev and Kevin Owens when Owens left the ring. Rusev watched him walk away and turned around to a super kick from Ziggler. Ryback hit Cell Shock for the win. Kane makes flames shoot from the ring during an intermission. In your main event, Dean Ambrose defeated Seth Rollins in a non-title match. When the pyro goes off, the lights in and Rollins was distracted. After the match, Rollins cut a promo and said he was fed up. He named everyone who he's beaten, said he will make Kane miserable if he keeps the games up. Pyro goes off again and Rollins drops the mic and he runs away. SmackDown goes off the air with Kane laughing on the Titantron. And that concludes main event results and SmackDown results as well. Thanks again. Peace out. See what I'm going to be. By the way, if you don't know, you better call me, bro.